My name is Max Baldwin. I'm 76 years of age. My wife Hazel and I have been married for 50 years. We have 2 sons and 1 daughter. All are married and have given us 4 precious grandchildren. Some people say that as you get older, you start to fall apart. You visit your doctor more often, and your daily routine changes, whereby you have to remember to take your pill before breakfast and your lunch, and even before you go to bed at night. Some of us, due to different medical problems, may even undergo some kind of surgeries. To begin my story, I retired from the provincial government in December 1995, a healthy person. Then things changed. Just after my retirement, I had my appendix removed, and a short time after, I had hernia repair. In 2009, I had back surgery. As a result, I have 2 titanium rods and 3 disc fusions. I recovered from all of that, a new person. Early in 2010, it started again. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and in April I had surgery to remove my prostate and semen gland. In October of that year, I had shoulder surgery. And next, guess what? In December, while sitting at the computer, I had a heart attack and was rushed to hospital. Because my arteries are small, I was not a candidate for surgery. So I am on medication. After going through all of this, and months later, I started to feel different. I was not the same happy and easygoing and energetic person that everybody knew. I was easily upset, unhappy, and would argue with my wife and family, not realizing I would get them upset. Deep down, I knew there was something wrong, but I was unable to fight it or control my behavior. There were periods when my family would say things to me that would really upset me. I remember saying one time, look, if I'm the problem, then it's me who has to fix it. Things got worse, and I could see that I was really hurting my family, whom I love so much. I know they were only trying to help me. However, I saw things in a negative way. I was depressed. There were many times I would forget things. When this happened, my family would say, you knew about this, or I already told you. Again, this would hurt me, and I would argue back. Because of my condition, we could not visit our friends or go camping in our RV as often as we used to. One day in February 2011, I was having a real bad day, and like many times before, I was arguing with my wife. I remember storming out the door and driving away from my house. I was going to fix this problem and end my life. As I was driving up the highway in Conception Bay South, I found myself turning around and heading to St. John's to see my family doctor. Why I turned around, I can only say it must have been God watching over me. When I arrived at the doctor's office, he was very kind and had a long talk to me. He referred me to Dr. Isabel Martin's, psychiatrist. A short time later, I had an appointment with Dr. Martin's. She was one of the kindest persons I ever met, and was very understanding, and explained that my depression could be caused by all my medical problems that I have experienced in a short time. She said there was a program for people like me, and asked me if I would like to be admitted to it. I said, I want to get better. It was early March when I started in the program, and it was held at the L.A. Miller Center on Forest Road, St. John's. At the center were psychiatrists, psychologists, nurses, and therapy workers. On my first day, I was very nervous and did not know what to expect. I was met by Dr. Martins, who told me that I would be attending 1 day per week from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. She then led me down to a room and introduced me to the group. I met 9 other men and women who were also in the program. Each person was identified by wearing a name tag, just giving their first name. As I looked around the room, I wondered, why are those people here? Are they like me? The session began with a nurse and therapy worker explaining the schedule of the events for that day. Some patients were asked how they felt and if they would like to share their feelings of some positive or negative things that happened since they met last. I listened very closely and was amazed to find out that there were other people experiencing the same feelings that I am. I was scared to open my mouth. Each day began with a relaxing period where you would lift weights, move and stretch your muscles, play mind games, word games, darts, do some baking, and even sometimes go to a shopping mall. During the morning and lunch breaks, many of us would share our feelings and give each other some support and praise when positive marks or our feelings were expressed. As time moved on, I felt a little more comfortable and I did not mind joining in the discussions. All in the group soon learned that by participating, the purpose was to stimulate our mind, memory, and physical abilities. I remember one day, the patient explained the feelings she had inside her. I said to myself, hey, I have those feelings, so it's not only me who's like this. We were all like a close family and shared many of our thoughts together. One day I told our group that something happened to me the previous day whereby I had a positive attitude. When I explained it, another patient said the same thing. And then, a couple of days before, it happened to her. From then on, I could notice a difference in my attitude. During each session, there would be time when you discuss your progress privately with your nurse or your psychiatrist. When the staff felt that you were improved enough and well enough to be discharged, they arranged for you to take a test by a psychologist. This would be a memory test. I'm proud to say that I did the test and I passed it with no problem. After being in the program and attending one day every 2 weeks for 2.5 months, I was now well enough to be discharged. Some may be in the program a little longer. It depends on the state of your illness. By the time I received my clearance, I could really see the difference in me. I felt better, could handle stress more easily, and the relationship between my wife and my family was becoming normal and loving as it was before my depression. I continue to take medication daily to prevent any setback. I have been asked, what was your faith during the depression? What were your feelings and how did you cope? What is it like to be depressed? It's like you're a prisoner in your own body. You're not yourself. You feel down. You want to be alone. You think to yourself and feel that everyone is against you. You have that sad expression in your face. You lose all interest in things around you. And there are those who are in depression who are scared to seek help. Maybe because they feel there's still a stigma about mental health. Many times when alone, I cried. I prayed and asked God to help me get through this awful illness. Somehow, I felt He was listening to me. Because after I prayed, I seemed to be comforted. After my recovery and to this day, I thank God for His many blessings to me and my family for bringing me through the most difficult period of my life. I have to thank my wife and my family for the never-failing understanding and support during my illness. And yes, they suffered too. I will never forget Dr. Martins and all the professional staff for making me well. I tell all my friends about depression and explain what medical assistance is available, just in case there is someone who may not be aware of the program. I always say to those I talk to that all the staff at the centre are angels from heaven. I feel better now than I have been in a long time. Depression is a terrible illness, one that can affect any person of any age. What causes it? I guess there are many factors such as stress, financial burdens, unable to find employment, problems in marriage, health, and many more. Understanding the sickness can be a great asset when dealing with a family member or a friend who suffers from it. Thank you.